Hey guys, and welcome to another part. We will continue working on this piece of cloth. So the thing that we want to do before filling the other faces and areas is to have a second loop right next to the borders of everything, and I will show you how I do it. So here's this border or edge or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to use the knife tool and cut right next to it through all these vertices until here. By the way, in case you're wondering about why I can see everything through, there's this button here with which you can see through or not. That's kind of helpful in this situation, so I'm using it. And once you do that, for some reason it has double vertices at some places and weird things are happening. So I'm pressing W and using remove doubles to fix that. Now it's good. And over here we have a triangle now. If you have a situation like that, just merge these and you have again a good topology. That was first situation. Now over here it's kind of easy. You just make a loop, cut, and that's it. Now next situation here, I'm going to make a loop cut, but we have to be careful because up here it interferes with different structure. So here I'm going to undo that just for this area and make it go into another cut that I'm planning to make here. So just finish this off, and now you can cut through this as well, and now figure out a way to connect these. So I'm deleting the face here, and they have to connect like that. And over here we need a second one, and we'll check whether it works or not. So we're not interfering with anything, so here's another loop, and this one will go to here. And I hope you start to understand kind of the concept. So we have, in the end, we want to have a face loop around every thing here. So for example, let me just finish this part. This shouldn't be a big problem either. Just like that. Oh, okay, I see. No, that is an issue. We will need to use the cut tool here instead. So I'm going to go around the corner like this, and I made a slight mistake here, so let's merge them. And these ones will be merged as well. Just in case there are doubles again, there was one. For some reason, the tool messes up a little bit here. And these are connected. So now you can kind of see it better. We have a loop going around here. We have a loop around here. So we want these face loops around every border. So here the loop is not complete yet. You see here it just stops. So what I'm going to do is add a loop cut from here to here, and then just use the knife to connect these. And now we have another one, but be careful in these situations here. Here you will need to break the loop and do manual editing. And yeah, that happens a couple of times. Over here, another thing to be careful about is that this is actually a hole, or you have to consider it as a hole, since actually let's just hide these faces. Since the cloth changes here and we still have this kind of border in a way. So these are all the faces that belong to that face in that area in the center, so I'm just going to hide them. Now it's better. And here I'm going to delete these two faces, over here these two, and over here this one. And now we can continue making this. So this will need two more, and connecting here is rather easy, just same thing as before. If they are kind of not aligned, do that manually. And there we have another loop. And that way we get a pretty good topology for this entire project. We can now do another loop cut here and another one here, while we'll have to go to these two faces and delete them again for later. And again, same situation over here as well. So these are again not lined up at all. and you see it ended up even twisting the face. So realign them, delete the face, and redo it. Here we still don't have these normals, and we can't just cut through it. What I'm going to do is take the knife tool and just draw it around here, but be careful not to cut anything unwanted. And a couple of triangles will be created, but we will take care of those. So for example, here we have a triangle. Whoa, what's happening? Just select these edges and merge them. Then you should end up again with only quads. And I can't see any triangles anymore, so it seems like everything went well. Okay, so this is still a bit troublesome. Something went wrong over here. Let's see if we can undo this. Yeah, so the thing is, we want actually the loop to go around as I described it earlier, but over here it kind of behaves differently, so we have to figure out another way. So I'm deleting this edge and see if I can bring it together with this one just as it was on the other corner, and seems like it worked just fine. So now we can really confirm that this is a loop that goes around, except here for some reason there is probably a double vertex or something, you see here. So remove doubles again and it is fixed. And there you go. Now we have a pretty good topology for everything here. We can unhide this hidden area that we have here. And one more thing you can do, look at that maybe quickly. I will undo it and just hide this again. We have two different materials on it, and just to have less work, create a material now and create a second material, and we'll call this one, something like color 1 and color 2. I don't. It doesn't matter. You can also leave this free actually, and everything at default is on color 1. And now I'll select everything here because this is made out of a different material, and I will assign it to the second one. And now if we unhide things, by the way, we forgot something here. Let's delete the face and connect this as well. Just assign everything to the second slot, except this one hidden area that will be part of the first material. So I'm moving this to the second layer so that we can view it separately. And alright, don't mind those issues at the moment with the shapes. And if we now, I don't know, make this darker, you see you have already a bit of a preview of what this is going to be like. Maybe it's a bit too dark. Yeah, something like that. So later we won't have to do that again, so it's kind of helpful. Now looking at it from separately, I'm seeing a few flaws with it that I might want to fix regarding the design, mostly. So this looks better if it's more straight, in my opinion. Over here, let's make this corner properly. Okay, anyways, let's go back and continue. So next thing we need to do is, after taking a quick look at this one part, we should yeah, we should do the same thing that we did with everything else here as well. So deleting again some faces, and this is kind of you know, we have less space here, so a few things need to be stretched, but it seems like it worked well. Over here there is again a situation to fix. This one is easy, this one also just need now to connect these together, and these one are actually unneeded, but I will leave. No, I will not leave them. I will make a loop cut like that, and then I can easily delete them and don't have a problem with it. And we have a different advantage as well, so that's good. From down here maybe as well. Great. So looks like we're done so far. Now it's time to bring all these things together, and we'll start to fill these areas here. Where should we start? This one at the on the back looks fairly easy, so let's begin with it. So we have now, without this corner 1 and 2 cuts here, the top is only 1, so let's make this 2 as well, so that we can connect it. And I'm going to select this entire edge and just extrude it inwards. Just the corners I will leave out, and all of these I will just extrude them inwards. Now quickly I'll just assign the other material to it and stay with my cursor on the first, so that everything new should get that material instead of the first. And then I'll make a loop cut here and fill the other faces that we're missing. Now we might have to add another loop cut to places here. So here one, so that we can just connect these with quads, and down here as well. And also I'll just go through all of these quickly and kind of align them to the skin, so that it is like clothes. Shouldn't take too long. So that's it. And it looks good. So next area that we're going to fill is, actually there is only one left to do, which is the main big area. So we need to find a way to approach this. Let's take a look at the geometry. So yeah, let's start with this part. I'm going to extrude this twice and then fill it like that. For some reason the material here is wrong again. Maybe it would have been better to do it later. But since we started already doing it, let's just continue. And now we'll have to connect it to this kind of direction, and that is not so difficult, but down here and up here where things branch off again, that will be a bit of a challenge. Now compare again the two opposite sides, and you'll find that they don't have the same poly count, so I'll have to adjust that a bit. Then you can just again connect them to both directions. And as for this one that is left here, I'll just do it by making another loop in this direction, trying to avoid the big deformations. and always trying to keep things even and smooth and straight and so on. So this lines up well, so let's just connect them before anything changes. Maybe this one is a bit too low. And now here definitely two more that we need. Just filling faces down to here. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Just using the tools that you know and things like that. Now I will, from here, bring one edge loop close to this edge for two reasons. On one hand, we need it here for this part. Also, it's just, again, a similar situation as before. We might have to do again a run and just make this one loop that goes around everything here. And you will see at the end why this is so important, because then the seams will be really easy to make, and also they will look a lot better, much better than if this was, you know, just kind of messy and everything in all kinds of directions. So continuing to connect things here. Let's see, it should be fine if I just create another face here. Perfect. Yeah, all these little issues here, we'll fix them later in the second run. So up here we have again, I will delete this for now though. We have these two small ones, and I'm going to connect them so that this can flow through here. Though there is still a problem. We kind of have too few artists on this other side. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It kind of matches, but they're shifted too much at this corner. It's hard to connect them. So let's see if that is better. Okay, so let's just create another one. Let's just keep it where it was, this one. Actually, that should work. Alright, so there we have a solution to the problem. Well, except that here we have, again, this loop. Well, since we created already, let's just continue it. And make sure that these are connected. So merge them. And well, there is another one. So merge these two as well. Alright, now let's approach this area from the other side, just because I kind of don't have any orientation here and it's faster. Because if you go from the other direction, some situations might look easier than they did before. So this area is really easy to fill or start to fill up. Of course, we'll have to adjust the amounts of loops that we have again to adjust it to the surrounding geometry, and then add a cut here. But it didn't take long at all, so it's a good thing. And now we have to get to this area here. The thing that worries me a little bit is this edge here. It's kind of in the way, and I'm not sure what to do with it. So, and we see that part still. Actually, let's take a look at the design. So this is my version. This is the original. Ah, so that's how it is. Well then, so around here there will be another dark loop, but that one will be added. This here will be filled with white. So we are still seeing that, so we need to continue it. But everything from here on will not see, most probably. Let's just start to fill it. So with Control-Shift-B you can, do the vertex bevel. That helps in some cases as well. Here for instance, no, actually there we have already the second one. Yeah, this is going pretty good. Just not here. Maybe we could... No, this is not going to work out. Anyways, what we know for sure is that this will continue over here, and probably another one here, and go to here. So let's just draw in the middle of there a line out of polygons, and just try to connect it somehow. So since we have here some additional edges, just connect them. Later on we will again fix these things. We just need all the shapes first. And this one is easy to fill. So here we have still this one edge that we created already, so we need to continue it. And now we can see whether it works or not. Oh, there is a little mistake. So this should be a quad, and this should actually join into here, I would say. So let's just force ourselves to keep to the structure by connecting this first, and then I'll solve it like that. I will just add another loop into this direction, and then everything can be closed properly. So there is something not set to smooth, so in object mode I'm going to make the shading smooth. By the way, I really don't like that specular. I'm going to turn it down. And now the last part. Oh, we have still an area. Okay, we will finish these two areas for this video, definitely. So it's again going to be quite long. But you can just skip through this video, it's okay. So I'm using again no, actually that wasn't a good idea. I tried to use the vertex bevel method, but it didn't turn out well, so I split them up instead and and just connect them with F. I'm guessing that it would be the best if we had here one more extrusion, and then this one should wrap around somehow, which I'm not very sure about how to do it yet. So I'm just going to connect this with itself to reduce a few loops, and this one will go above it. And then it should actually go into here. So let's do that. Later on it will return again, but we don't have it yet, so we can just do it. So we kind of managed to do it now. This was rather hard, but with some thinking you always find solutions. That's the good thing. And we have it there. There it is. Everything is filled and looks nice. Well, completely deformed still and a bad topology, but these are the things that we have for the next parts to do. After all, modeling the cloth is also a big chapter. It's nothing that could be done in a very quick time. Just right now I'm just really eliminating the worst problems, the most obvious ones that don't take much time. Alright, and I'm getting distracted again from adjusting things. It's a bad habit of mine. So one last area to do over here. We just want to fill this part now, and then we'll be done. So looking at it, I'd kind of try to imagine the shape that we need to fill it. It's not just a quad, it's a bit more complex, but we can, you know, separate into multiple quads in our head and just connect them to reach more complex shapes, and you'll see what I mean by that in a second. So this is the first direction that I start a loop in. I think I accidentally created a loop here, be careful with that. You can also deactivate that feature again if you don't need it. To me it seems like it's more of a bother at the moment. So moving a loop to here, I give myself more vertices to work with so that I can connect it to here now. Then down here, we still have a couple of missing ones. Good news is that in the end, having here a quad joining it will be fine, most probably. Let me think about this. Well, hopefully, we will see. But until then, we have to connect them in a different way. So I'm just going to connect again these two, similar to what we did with all of those other parts of this costume. But by doing that, we kind of lose some of the detail, but that's actually not a problem because it turns out that it's exactly the right amount that we are left with. So we have closed this last hole. There is one left, but that's quick to be filled. So this is it now, just a very rough fill. This is just filled faces. Again, nothing about good topology or bad topology, just filled the white areas. So everything that is dark at the moment is good, everything that is white at the moment will need lots of fixes in the future. If you want to preview the cloth, just select everything and use shrink and fatten to just move it above everything else, and then you can see how this might look like later. You can even go as far as adding a solid phi modifier to give it some thickness. Then you will really reach that look of the cloth that we are going for. But there you go. Actually, that's already a pretty good piece of cloth. It was quite a long part, but it was definitely worth it. So I'm going to undo that again, just making sure not to lose anything. Alright, there we have it. So that's where we leave it as it is, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Thank you for watching. Take your time and follow along if you like it.